And we're back.
There
Okay.
we are.
So, so I know that I sound like I'm dragging a little bit because even Lindy told me, she's like, you sound like you're dragging. Well, it was very, I'm not going to say that what she told me took a lot of energy out of me, but the second time that I used the chronovisor is what really took a lot out of me, but so did this. So it's like I'm kind of feeling
Drained?
very drained. And I think I'm feeling drained because I think that someone knows that I'm aware of things. I don't know. That could just be my imagination.
They're trying to take it from you, or
No, I no, just like I don't know. But anyway, I want to get right to it because Lindy did say I said I was drowning, drowning, dragging. So let me get back to it. So anyway, she told me that hundreds of them were born. They grew up. They had children. Blah blah blah. Yada yada. All of them were evil. Somehow, by some weird freak of nature, she ended up not being evil. Is she telling me the truth? I have no idea. As far as whether she's evil or not, I don't know. But she did begin to tell me that she knew that they all were interconnected. Like they all had these like wires, like telepathic lines connected to all
like a
their.
hive essence almost.
Yes, exactly. They all knew what each and every one of them were doing. They all knew what their objective was. They all knew as they were being born and had more babies and this, that, and the other, that the time would come when they would join this type of spy like army. Now, here's where it gets scary. So, first, she started with the lighter stuff. And the lighter stuff was how each and every one of them put into a home of these families slowly began to cause destruction to them. She would kill a member of the family, not she, one of the children. One of the children would kill a member of the family through murder, through poisoning, through driving somebody in the family mad. She said that they had a part in the DeFeo murders. Do you know what that is?
Oh, the Amityville?
No, what is that?
The Amityville horror. The Amityville horror.
Right.
Oh, snap.
She said that they had a part in the DeFeo murders to cause murder within that family, to mess with the guy's mind. And that's why, I guess they were saying demons or whatever, and people were saying demons because there were demons there. Because apparently, one of his friends, he hung out with a bunch of guys and he got into some trouble. But one of the girls that he hung out with was one of these children of Paris, what they call children of Paris, and slowly put energy into his mind and screwed with him and caused him to kill the family. We're talking that kind of destruction.
That's crazy.
Yes. Yes. Now here's another one. Ed Gein. Okay.
I thought it was Gein.
It's Gein. Ed Gein. There was a woman who he had contact with. I believe she was in her 50s. She herself was a children of Satan. And she sacrificed her flesh body to die as the start of him killing multiple people and sewing their bodies together. But she had already had children. Now here's the thing. Remember I said you don't know if she's, telling the truth, if she's, I believe she was telling the truth, but I didn't know whether she was good or evil. Well, it so happened that there's a documentary right now. I don't know if it's on Netflix or if it's on Amazon. And it's about Ed Gein. And that woman that he killed, they show her tombstone. And her tombstone has a pentagram on it. Swear to God. We're not talking about the Jewish star here. But
The upside down.
yes, we're talking about the satanic symbol is on her tombstone. Which means her child that she birthed probably put it on there, and then her child, wherever that is probably off causing havoc somewhere as well.
So this is like a bloodline thing. So if one of them's that way, then if they have children, then their children are that way too.
Yes. And the thing is, the children know that they're supposed to be that way. The children know the entire story of the first births and of what they're to do. And they're all of one mind.
Yeah.
All of them are. And there's this other woman, and I can't think of her name. I think she was in Texas or Arizona, but she killed her child in such a horrific way. Anytime you're killing a child, it's horrific, but this was so bad. And then after the child was dead, they desecrated, her memory, her gravesite, like everything. She was one of them too. And you would say, well, they are trying to implant themselves in certain families is what they want to do. So I asked the woman, I said, what is the end goal? She said the end goal is the Antichrist army. Because eyes and ears are going to need to be everywhere. Everywhere. To turn people in, to bring them to the justice, and it's what she said now, the justice of darkness. Now, I don't know what the hell justice of darkness is, but it doesn't sound it would be any kind of justice to me. That's just me. She told me a lot of the horrific things these children did. So these children, their bloodlines are implanted in multiple families, not just in the United States, but around the world. Around the world. And now here's something else. Listen to what I tell you too. Each and every one of these corrupt politicians have one of those children in the family, if they are not the child themselves. Yes.
I know a few politicians who have kids with really big eyes.
No. They didn't keep the big eyes, Steve. They didn't keep them. No, like they when they were born, what I saw. Yeah, go ahead.
When you say big eyes, do you
They
remember
don't-
those pictures in the 70s?
Yes.
They used to be on
Yes.
the wall with children's
Yes.
faces that were kind of weird looking.
Yeah.
And all those kids' faces, their eyes were big.
Well, that's how the infants were born. But within a minute or two, they went to normal eyes. They didn't keep those big eyes.
Oh, okay. I got you.
So you can't go around looking for big-eyed people because you're never going to find them. That's not what they look like.
Oh, so they would go back to normal, is what you're saying?
No, they went back to normal right away. Like they were born that way. It was almost like, when I think about it now, it was almost like their eyes were open to the evil of the world and then went to normal so they could operate.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be right back.